You know, it may sound dumb, but those are some of the rarest taillight covers that you'll ever see on a Dodge, or at least a Dodge truck. Okay, maybe just a second gen. No, they're still awesome. All right, take a trip with me under this bad boy. I apologize about the glare. That is pretty ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen it this bad. That shows you how bright things are here. So yeah, center axle disconnect is going to be right here. Do my best to fix that light in post if I can. If not, I'm sorry. But you got 2 bolts down here, 2 bolts up here. They're going to be 11 millimeter. You got your actuators, little light deal, just tell you your 4-wheel drive's on. And then this here is actually a cable I added. This is a throttle cable I got from Tractor Supply. I'll show you more about that after I yank it out. And it just goes up through the body. I'll show you when we put the other one in. And then this here is the vacuum line. Just go ahead. I think that's actually a vent line for the axle. And we got a little pan under here. We make sure to catch any type of diff fluid that we may lose, because we're probably going to lose some. Make sure to grab the washers on the bottom bolts so they don't disappear. And as you can see, we are losing a little bit of axle. A little bit. Alright, and there's our center axle disconnect. Go ahead and get it assembled, and then we'll put it on the table and go from there. So like I just told you, it pretty much just goes up under the body right there. You can follow it along and down. I just drilled a hole and stuffed it up through there. You see I got the carpet pulled back already. And there it was. I just kind of had it stuffed up right there, and I would pull it if I needed it, because that's how much I use 4-wheel drive. I did have it pulled up a little bit further than that. It came up and into this area right here, but that worked for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and yank it out. Just pull this back and make it so it's loose. There we go. And then I should be able to get into there and yank it out. Here's the rundown on this, guys. The center axle disconnect. Most Dana axles, especially in like the 90s and forward, they use these, vacuum operated deal. There's diaphragm in here, it gets vacuum signal, and then pew, pew. That's that. What I did the first time, as you can see here, I just drilled a hole in it, ran the cable through, looped it back around on itself. I don't know if we can see, let me manipulate. There we go. Made a little loop around on the back side of it. Very, very simple modification. I used throttle cable from Tractor Supply. Put it inside of some vacuum line. That way it wouldn't get wet and rust and have any issues with water, because occasionally I beat the hell out of the V10. So issues that I had with that was that these little guys here really weren't strong enough to mount anywhere and actuate it. I ended up needing to use pliers to pull this, and not that I needed 4-wheel drive very often. The cool thing about this mod is it actually allows you to run 2-wheel low. 2 low is really, really useful. You'd be surprised how many times you might use that for pulling stuff. Probably the torquiest torque you'll ever feel in your life. We're gonna put this old Vernier cable, Vernier, however you want to say it. If it's German, it's Vernier. We're gonna go ahead and put this cable on there. As you can see, the diameter of this one in comparison to the diameter of the two is drastically different. We're gonna need a bigger hole. I know that hole's not gonna be big enough. And due to the fact that they're both steel and this is such a big gauge, I think we might actually weld it in place this time versus loop it through. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I get it all pulled apart. And I'll show you, it's really easy to actually get this thing off, because this is a nut right here. You can just go ahead and turn that. Well, actually, you turn this one here because it locks on this little blip. You go ahead and pull this out, and then you can pull the shaft out. It's so hard not to laugh when I say shaft. There's a couple of seals in there. It's really easy to deal with. As you can see by the gear oil there, the seal worked good enough, but all it ever did was follow that down. And it only did that because of gravity. And that shows you how good of a seal that was. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart. You can see, I mean, it's just, sitting over top of it. Pretty sure it's a compression fitting. I'll let you know here in a second. like I said, ooh! Like I said, it's just a vacuum line. And yeah, I had it over top of a compression fitting. It worked just fine. I'm not going to take it off all the way though, because it's going to make a big looby mess. Alright, so I did cut it at first. So probably the only thing I did off camera. You'll see it goes in. It's a little short here. And I also checked the compression fitting, so a neat thing about this is it seems to work out just fine. We thread this through here. That's going to go through. It's going to munch up against there. And then this, I'm not really, I think I might cut that short a bit. Not really sure how I feel about it. But the nice thing is though is I can slide this sheath down over top a little bit more. I can also crush the fitting to be more to the diameter and then go inside that little tube right there. I may take some of that vacuum line, put it over top of this, and then put it over top of this fitting here like I did before. I mean, I don't run it over a lot of water. It's not like it's my four-wheel drive as far as like my off-road vehicle. I have both the Durangos for that. So it's just mainly, a lot of it's for the two-wheel, the too low factor. It's really why I'm doing this. I could have left it alone if I wanted to just have four-wheel drive. But this is also reliable. This makes it to where when this starts, because you see that there, I mean, this thing likes to leak. It likes to leak a lot. And rather than have the issue of this leaking, which we may need to address that, but it looks to be okay as far as the seal goes inside there, which is really the main worry. And I know the O-rings are good, I can feel them, and this has been fully pulled, and you see I've got just a little loop there. I can promise now, nothing's coming out of there. That's sealed up enough. I mean, we could always weld them shut, but I don't care. I did bust this open, completely cleared out the diaphragm, in case anyone's curious. I'm going to wait for it to cool off a little bit, and then I'm going to take this outside. Sun is definitely right on the truck, and it's pretty hot here in Arizona. So bear with me, and then we'll get out there. You do need to keep in mind, you will need to drill a hole in order for this to work. You don't have to make a mess like I did. I was going to drill the hole here, which was where I made this first one. And then I decided I didn't like it, so I stopped and I drilled it down a little bit further. It's literally straight across right there, and that's where it's being fed into. You can see it goes down nice and easy. Let's go to the underside and you can see where it's coming in at. All right, so you can see our cable dropping down right here. You may be able, there you go, you can see it. Yeah, it's right there. And it's real simple. You want to try and make sure it's on that particular part of the firewall, and that way it can come around the frame. You want to bring it around the frame and then up above right here. I'll bring it into this little open cavity area right here. Bring it down and around. And see, I'm trying to get it done because I just realized that thing is just sitting here dripping and dripping and dripping. I didn't realize it, so apparently I'm going to be refilling my diff. Woo, good for me. But if you do this in a hurry, it will not lose much fluid. Okay, as you see, we have the center axle disconnect here. I ran the cord, or I ran the cable all the way from here down. We have more than enough slack. I have it set to the proper depth. I cut it just shallow of the base there, and then I'm going to attempt to tack weld it. I don't have any brake clean, so I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Hopefully it'll stick. If not, then we're going to have to go get some stuff. But both these are steel, so hopefully this will work. We'll be right back to find out. Alright, so you can see the center axle disconnect hanging there. Got our cable here. I can just actuate it like this. And you can see, I'll set the tripod down. There you go. You can see it actuating like that. Well, I'll have to go grab that. See, there it is. And that's all it really needs to move. So we're going to go ahead and place it back in. unwrap that. I'm going to use the same old gasket. We're just going to put it right back on. There's no special way the gasket goes on. Just got to make sure that the ring that's in here, as you can see, there's the ring. And that's where the fork right there, that's what it sits in, is that ring. So it's the only thing you have to make sure is in the proper position before you put it in. Alright. Slide that in. Move that back. Make sure you're nice and gentle. Don't forget to cup the balls. There you have it. Functioning center axle disconnect, now manual with a Vernier cable, and this has got more than enough to move up and down the differential. In fact, I'll probably secure it up a little bit more than that. That'll be good for right now. Thanks for watching, and take care. Peace.